Yeah, where, Dave? Where are you gonna go? This
You don't have
isn't,
to go home, but you can't stay here.
this isn't working. I figure you're gonna say something witty, and I can use it for the
I was
beginning.
gonna, but as soon as you stopped talking, the silence, all I heard was Wes in the background saying, "I love the way you smack my ass."
You didn't know that was a thing?
I did, but I forgot about
Yeah.
that part of the song.
It's very weird.
It's almost
very
like part of the
strange.
song. I always thought that was a weird lyric,
And then I pictured it.
and the fact that the song was like so popular and it had that lyric in it, I'm just like, this doesn't
Mm-hmm.
settle with me.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Like it makes me.
I feel like they went a little too rock star before they were rock star. And then
A little too rock star.
He's,
And then
he's
they-
rock star, right?
and then they came out with Famous as like a comeback.
God, it's so
You
bad.
think they wrote their own music?
I have
I've never looked at the credentials because I honestly could care less about Puddle of Mud. I've seen them live once, and I actually left that concert like at will. I was like, I'm fine. We can beat traffic today. It's like, well, there's like 8 other bands playing. It's like, yeah, but Puddle of Mud kind of just ruined it.
I have no idea if they write their own. I don't ever look at any of that stuff.
I'm
I just always assume like, oh, music, band, music.
Music.
I gotcha.
If it's like a pop artist, like, oh, there's no fucking way you wrote that. Like you hired some Swedish
Well,
guy.
So that's why I guess that's kind of why I say it. It's like, you know,
But that's where all the money's at, man. Is writing songs, not even performing them. But like, if you can
I
write a
was-
song for someone else,
I always made that about like DJ Khaled or whatever his name is. Like, what does he actually do?
nothing.
Exactly. Why is he so famous?
Remix.
Exactly. Like, you could just be on stage and just jump around and do nothing.
all right, boys. So I think today we're gonna start with this.
Heavy metal over a six-pack.
Give me a beer.
It's time to grab another beer and then talk about it. This is the Heavy Metal Over a Six-Pack Beer Review.
All right, for today's beer. This has kind of been like a thing. Like we do the beer review early, and it kind of works out. Like for some of us and like whatnot. So I went somewhere local-ish, local to us. This is it's officially Londonderry, New Hampshire, but like this place can actually be found very close to the Manchester airport.
160 Z's. Well, that's
Manchester.
16 ounces. It's the same font, so it looks like 160 Z.
So we went to this fabulous place called Long Blue Cat Brewing Company,
I wonder how they got that name.
Excuse me.
and they have a long blue cat as a logo.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
like a long
you know what?
Panther.
What I will say about the tap room, they got like this really cool tap room. They got a cool outdoor area. It's got like some cornhole boards like set up, like the like
That's
fire
standard.
pits and like whatnot, like a cool little section. Inside, it's got like that cool industrial feel. It's like the steel, like the steel plated like everything, like wooden like framework. Like it's a cool place. And when I was sitting there for the 4 or 5 beers that we had there, I kept hearing meowing. And I was like, dude, I'm like going nuts. Like, because I'm in like Long Blue Cat. No, the goddamn staff was actually meowing at each other. Which I'm like, okay, staff. Staff, okay.
But everyone's got a gimmick, I guess.
Right. And I guess, you know what? I take that as a good thing because like at least our employees are like getting into it.
Right.
Kind of a thing.
It's like when you go to, what's that, Cold Stone Creamery, and they like sing to you and shit.
Sure.
Every time
You put $1 in the tip jar. They have to sing a song.
every time you go into Moe's. Welcome to Moe's.
No, it's
Welcome to Hose.
yeah, they're just like, what?
I know.
It's like they're very enthusiastic.
So there were a couple of beers from this place I enjoyed. They had a black IPA there, which I'm a huge fan of the black IPAs because I get my Viking out, like drinking like black beer. It was actually like really delightful. They had a couple. I can't remember the name of the IPA, but they had an IPA that was delicious. But I went easy on my boys here. and one of the 5.5% alcohol by volume. It's called the London Buzz. This is the honey ale. So essentially, this is like their lager style.
So evidently, the London Buzz Bees from Hampstead, New Hampshire, produce both spring blossom and fall harvest honey for our brewery.
Very
So
sweet.
actually, it's kind of cool. They use
Keeping it local.
bees
Keeping it local.
to get the honey.
So
Get the honey.
these guys do like the growler fills. They do like the can distribution. Like they had an awesome selection of beers. There was like probably 4 or 5 different IPAs, like in various styles. There was a couple of sours that were available because that's like the new thing. Like all these breweries have to like produce like some kind of sour.
Sours and
Which
gozas.
I'm not a sour guy, so if that's your thing, by all means. At one point, it's not beer to me anymore, but that's fine. You do you. So, what we're gonna sample and critique is the London Buzz, the Honey Ale by Long Blue Cat Brewing Company, Londonderry, New Hampshire.
Long Blue Panther.
That's Sex Panther. That's different.
Well, it looks like the Pink Panther, but blue.
Oh, look at the little honey bees right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cheers, boys. Ting, ting, ting.
Ooh, a little sweetness there.
A lot of sweetness.
That or
there.
I'm bleeding, but no, I'm pretty sure it's sweetness.
That or I'm bleeding.
The
We'll
weird-
try again.
Go ahead, dive in.
The honey's there, that's for sure.
You know what I enjoy about honey ales? Like, if there was like a bitter aftertaste, like the honey generally
smooths it out,
takes it
yeah.
away, like kind of a thing.
It's not bad.
I've never had a honey ale.
That mouthfeel.
I love
welcome.
honey.
Well, welcome.
I don't think I like honey ale.
Okay.
Not working, huh?
I don't know. I mean, it's beer.
Shit,
so
now I
I'm
feel
gonna
bad. I
drink
should have brought the black IPA. The black IPA was amazing.
It's good. I think because it is very sweet, I think drinking a lot of these would make me very sick. I'm serious. Like, just the sweetness would be too much after a while.
it. How many calories is this? It's just the honey is like just not a flavor I'd expect in a beer ever.
It's different. It's definitely weird. It's not that it's bad. What do you think, Marcus? I want you to do your...
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's a very light lager style. It's very smooth.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't use the word crushable. Like, I wouldn't pound these. Like, this is something that like I'd like want to enjoy. But if I'm in like a brewery, like kind of a thing, and it's like primarily like IPAs and like whatnot, like this, like when I was there, like this was like a refreshing, like kind of like what's the word I'm thinking of? Cleanser. There's a little bit of like a cleansingness to this because like, and what I'll say about their IPAs, they weren't overly hoppy by like any means, but like this is kind of like, I don't know. It's like that thin line between like dessert beer and like refreshing beer, like kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
And
Kind of tastes like a Boddington's. You ever had a Boddington's ale? Pub ale?
I have, but not recently enough.
I would say
to-
not in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what... Because it's got... Like, I think the
I think
Boddington's...
it's the aftertaste that you get. The Boddington is similar.
Okay.
That's they get that weird floater in there, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
It's got that,
Yeah, it's like a golden Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's just... It's weird. I don't know how to...
Now, if I critique this overall, I mean, out of our 1 to 6 rating, I would give it a 4. It's drinkable.
Yeah.
It's not my fave. Not the best beer I've ever had. Definitely drinkable. If I was there and like nothing else was available, or if I saw this in the store, I'd be, oh, sweet. They have Long Blue Cat's Honey Ale.
I would have to go with a 3, right in the middle.
Okay.
Because I'm not like, I don't know if I'd get it again, but it's okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
You know what
Because-
makes me laugh? Like one of the things that I think of, like with these microbrews, like popping up, is, you know, everybody usually has like their go-to beer, like their beer of choice. Like you're a Bud guy, or you're a Coors guy, you're a Miller guy, like kind of a thing. I try to picture somebody going up as like, I would like the Long Blue Cat,
Honey ale.
and it's like it just doesn't equate to me like old school style. But I mean that's the way of the world.
Yeah, I
now
mean,
You
so-
know that there's one guy that's
know
all
there's
he
one
drinks. He has a top hat and probably lives
two
with his mom.
monocles.
2 monocles. Oh my lord.
Two in the same eye.
I'd say I'm gonna go right between y'all. I'm gonna hit a 3.5
3.5. All right.
because it's not. I might get it again, but I just don't. I can't put my finger on what that flavor is. It's like a. Because so like I'm assuming it's the honey is a very like bold and rich flavor, and you
It's
don't
very much there.
expect it to be as smooth as it is.
Like it's not subtle. It's definitely
No, it's definitely like, hey, there's honey in this.
Yeah, but it's not like. But it's weird because the finish is smooth. So like you're left like, I feel like I keep bracing for like a full like like a stout. If you drink a Guinness or a Boddington's or
Just
something,
that
you know
back-
it's gonna
that
have
back-
that
yeah.
that like foamy like
bittery-
stout bitter taste. It doesn't have it. So it's just like
Well,
it's like a half stout, a half pub ale. I don't know.
very
Half pub.
interesting.
Gives me a half pub.
I mean, if you don't mind the sweeter side of it, I mean, if it's not that it's not subtle like Marcus said, but it's there. But if you like the sweetness,
This will be your girlfriend's favorite beer.
I feel like if you were
doubt
big
it.
into ciders, you would enjoy this more.
Okay. Okay.
See where I'm
Okay,
going with
mate.
that?
Okay.
I see what you're doing there. All right. Well, we tried something local, Londonderry, New Hampshire. Like I said, if you fly into Manchester, you're actually gonna land in a field that looks like a farmer's backyard kind of a thing, and like this is like 5 minutes away, and it's also right down the street from this place called Backyard Brewing, which is phenomenal joint.
Mhm.
So maybe coming up in future episodes, I'd have to go back to get more beer because I didn't bring any, but
Okay.
none of it made it home. But that's the beer review.
That's the beer review. That's the beer review.
Heavy metal headlines.
Meow.
I'm gonna start on a negative.
Aww.
I try my best, okay?
It's not me, it's you, Dave.
Ugh, every time.
I don't know if it's been around. We have another death in the music, more on the rock side of things. The Cinderella guitarist Jeff
yes.
LaBar passed away at 58, which that's pretty young. 58's young, man. You know what I mean? Like both my parents are over 60, so like 58's young.
Yeah.
No cause of death has yet been revealed. Of course, never seems to
Ruh-roh.
be the case. According to Metal Sludge, LaBar's passing was confirmed by his son, Sebastian. He wrote on social media, so I got the call. Jeff LaBar, my father, my hero, my idol, passed away today. I'm currently at a loss for words. I love you, Pop. So, yeah, essentially that's... I don't know if they still play. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything from Cinderella.
Believe it or not,
Why?
Cinderella was actually still touring.
Were they really? Okay, so yeah.
Now they're not doing like what like Motley Crue and like
Sure,
Poison
sure.
were doing, but they like you could still, if you looked up like Cinderella, you could find dates
Mhm.
that they were playing, and like with like a few other like 80s like throwbacks.
Because they haven't released an album since '94.
No, just
Still climbing.
sticking to what you know.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing wrong with that. But evidently he had a quote unquote drinking problem.
No shit.
Which causes a rift between him and the bandmates. So there was that period of inactivity, I guess. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, obviously we've brought it up before, and again, we're gonna get to that age, that time period where we're gonna start getting up there. You know what I mean?
Tell you what though, 58. So like
58,
Cinderella
that's-
came out in probably 85, 86.
Something
82
like
they formed.
82. Thank you.
So
Thank you, Alexa.
But they did emerge in the mid 80s.
Yeah, that's usually the case. They're kind of up and around.
So I'm trying to do like the math like quickly. Like this dude was a teenager when he was a metal star.
Philly glam.
Am I doing that math right? Like he was a teenager. He was like 17, 18 years old like when they got big.
80. Yeah, close. Yeah, 20 to yeah. Well, no, yep. Early, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No.
Because like I was born in 83. I'm 37. So like
Mhm.
21 years. So 82. Yeah. So he was like right around 20 years old.
Mhm.
Like when they got.
Yeah.
That's crazy
Mhm.
to me, personally. But
Yeah.
okay.
Too bad though.
Okay.
Yep.
Want me to go? Or do you want to throw another one out there?
I'm gonna throw out another small one.
463 days. Yeah, maybe.
Doing math.
Yes, sir.
We don't do math on heavy metal over 6
I
pack.
don't math good.
This is just a quick thing. So, I don't know if anyone's heard Volbeat's 2 singles that were released, but they sound like saloon music, and it's weird. They got like the ding ding ding, like it's very strange.
Okay.
But evidently, Michael Paulson, who is the drummer, I'm sorry, the guitarist and vocalist.
Michael Paulson, not Robert.
No.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Glad you
Spoke
picked up on that.
to the 94.9 The Rock Toronto radio station about the band's recent release song "Wait a Minute, My Girl" and "Dagenfoa," the 2 tracks which I just brought into play. And he says that the upcoming LP is, quote, "definitely the most heavy album that we've ever done," end quote.
Would be hard.
I mean, like their older stuff. I mean, it's not that it's heavy. I mean, it's just like that old school, like.
Well, that's the thing.
You know
Like
what I mean?
you don't
Like-
go to a Volbeat concert expecting like a metal show. Like to me that's a rock show. That's a
Yeah.
rock and roll show.
No, absolutely. Yeah, so which is weird because the 2 singles they released weren't really in the realm of heavy, to my knowledge, unless those are not going to be on the album and it's just like a weird single release thing or whatever.
Single release party.
He said, let's see. There's a lot of heavy riffing like old Black Sabbath, early Metallica, but even some death metal in there. But these 2 singles that were released, they don't really represent the album. But this track, "Wait a Minute, Girl," is a pure rocker. It's very much inspired by Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard Ramones, that's kind of what I was saying. Those kind of things combined. And if it was one of those songs that made sense to release during the summer because everybody's been waiting to get something new, something positive, everybody's been sitting at home because of the COVID and everything, so we thought this track would be a good idea to release. It's positive, it has all those summer colors that you need to be in a good mood.
Make me.
I won't. I won't.
Make me be in a good mood.
But it'll be interesting. Because I didn't like the most recent album, which I think was Rewind, Replay, Rebound. I wasn't a big fan of it. Just didn't do it for me. So it was definitely more of a radio play
It's gotta
album.
suck when you put like an entire album out and it just flops.
And I'm gonna sneak into a second one real quick that I just remember that I had before Marcus goes. Has to do with upcoming things. Jesse Leach wants to break the mold with new Killswitch Engage album. And he quoted, "It gets fatiguing to do the same thing over and over again." Evidently on an appearance with Drinks with Johnny, which is Avenged Sevenfold's Johnny Christ, the bassist, he has a podcast where he talks to other members or whatever.
How dare he? I bet he talks about metal music too.
Be weird.
Poser. We've been living it.
So it's been because they've been working on Times of Grace. I believe they've been releasing singles for that at the moment. Him and Adam, and then he said here, "My hope with Killswitch, and I've really pushed hard to add more diversity, to add the quiet parts. I want us to be seen as a metal band. I don't care about genres, subgenres, or even worse. Okay, should be or whatever. And we definitely have a formulaic, I guess that's a word. Doesn't look like a word. Anyway, way of doing things. But I would love to break that mold. I really would. I push for it a lot. But it's hard when you're in a quote-unquote legacy band and things are the way that they are." I mean, he has Times of Grace. Why doesn't he just do that over there? He has Adam.
That-
He does the same thing. Like it's just was a weird thing to me.
This is like that thing though. It's like so, like a band, like a great band puts out like an album, and it's like like throw like anybody out there. It's like it sounds like Bullet for My Valentine, or it sounds like Killswitch Engage. It's like they are Killswitch Engage. They are Bullet for My Valentine, like kind of a thing.
Right.
Then they stray from the path. It's like whoa, that's not acceptable. Like we want like the heavy stuff that like Killswitch Engage like normally do. I'm curious what his extension is, because the best band that I can give you as an example that kind of strayed from the path is probably like a Slipknot or a Stone Sour, because like Slipknot
They just went opposite directions.
like
Like Stone Sour got
completely
heavier and
turned
Slipknot got lighter.
well Slipknot turned into Corey Taylor's thing
Yeah.
that he had with like Stone Sour, and like that like just completely reversed, and now it's like very artistic and like weird. And
to follow up with what I said, he said that he's been pushing with the other guys, and the general consensus is, all right, Jesse, calm down. And he said, so for me jumping back into Times of Grace, or even talking about The Weapon, I know that's another band, it's so nice for me to have outlets outside of Killswitch where they can spread our wings. So, I mean...
so apparently he wants to go like in the softer side, because like some of the newer stuff of Times of Grace
It's a
is
little
definitely softer, and it's okay. It's that's a bummer.
It's interesting.
Killswitch Engage right now, right meow,
Mm-hmm.
is so fun. And like you want to dick with that formula. It's like, you know what? How about this? Just don't make new Killswitch Engage. Like leave Killswitch Engage alone. Do your side kind of like what you just mentioned. Like do your side projects. Bring it there, and you could tour with Killswitch Engage probably for the next 10,
Yeah.
12, 13 years as your quote unquote legacy band. Do a couple of singles here and there, like they did. What was that one they did with Howard?
Yeah, it was, Signal Fire.
Signal Fire. Thank you. Like, drop a couple of singles here and there. You don't have to produce like another full album. I mean, you have a catalog that everybody loves and is iconic. It's got like Metallica right now. Stop fucking producing music. Just play your fucking first 10 albums.
Yeah, seriously, you have so many albums to choose from. So many. And
Like, you're not required to pump out new shit or change stuff.
Right.
It's like if you want to do something different, I mean, people will follow you. I mean, you're Jesse Leach, for Christ's sakes. Like,
Right.
we'll fucking follow you.
Right.
Like, we're coming.
right.
I mean, I know myself and Anthony knew Times of Grace. Like, when they had a new release, like, we were forefront for it. It's like, okay. I hate... yeah, I don't know. I'm scared.
When bands
Dave,
change
I'm scared.
sounds. No, dude, truthfully
And
it makes
you know
me
what?
nervous.
It's not when bands change sounds, because I gave Bullet for My Valentine a lot of credit when they did Gravity. I said, you know what? This is completely different, but I'm okay with it. But there have been bands where I was like, this is completely different, and it blows. I hate it. Fuck you.
When it comes to music, like truthfully, I feel like, especially after you've gotten success in the music industry, it's so easy to get that in the box thinking style, right? That formulaic mentality that they have, and so I think it's and I don't think it was intentional, but I think like when he says something like that, like, oh, the formula, change up the formula, it's like it's kind of a dig at Adam. And Adam, like, because clearly he has a big part in how much they write. That dude can fucking shred. And it's like, okay, I understand, like, you might...
It can't be a dig at Adam, though, because, like, Adam's a part of Times of Grace. Like, so, I mean, he's in his other side projects. Like, just as an example, if Killswitch Engaged wanted to do a softer album, it would make 0.0 sense
Right.
for Killswitch Engaged.
Yes.
It's kind of like Cannibal Corpse doing acoustic.
Yeah, they should call it, like, chill switch engage.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Well, that's the thing. Like, but like seriously, it would make 0.0 sense. You have so many iconic, beautiful music out there, and like that's like your thing. You guys create beautiful music, but at the same time, metalheads go fucking ballistic for your stuff.
I can't speak for any other kind of musician or artist or anything like that, but like as somebody who makes music, I come up with all kinds of stuff all the time. All kinds of different sounds. And it's like I really like that. But like these are not the same project. I have very different projects. And it's like, dude, if
I was gonna say that's exactly it.
If I want to go off and do a separate project, like I'm just gonna fucking do it. Like I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be like, is this something like maybe I should wait until I come up with a couple of songs like this before I actually start giving it some thought. Right. Maybe I should just have some random songs in the back, like for a rainy day or something.
That's exactly it though. Like I do a bunch of acoustic stuff like down in my basement because like it's as close to a finished product that I can get by my lonesome.
Right.
Like when I'm practicing, but it's like I'm not gonna bring that to Pralium. I'm not gonna bring that to a King's Ascendant. I'm not gonna like it's like that. None of that makes like any sense.
But I think it's so important for musicians especially to keep making music because once you stop, like. I don't know, man. Once you're out of the game, like it just kind of it takes a while to get back into the flow of things, you know.
But with that being said, right, you have to understand the essence of what you have currently, like Killswitch Engage. Who really wants that formula to change?
Right. It's one of those like if it ain't broke, don't fix it situation.
This is the thing, and this is what I was going to get to is that. Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Correct. But I feel like, you know, and this is what we see with the artists that are successful. Like, think of the level of success Killswitch has had, you know, and how long they've been around and how long they've been doing this. Like, it's been a long time. But there's a portion where almost every part of what they do feels repetitive. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like... We're going to tour this summer, we're going to tour this year, we're going to do this, and then we got an album coming out, so we got to, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing, their whole livelihood is a formula, but...
Of course, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, that's fine, but then you have to know when to stop for a while.
And that's...
We've actually talked to local... Frenemy was one of the bands that we spoke to, and they were saying that they were actually draining themselves, like, with shows. It's like we don't even have time to like do like anything new or like produce anything like we want to produce because like we're just like show after show after show after show after show after show, which that's the formula for some bands. Like it's like we want show after show after show after show after show. But like some of these bands, like dude, we just keep getting show opportunities. We keep taking them. We have to learn how to say no, like kind of a thing.
There's like
so that's like the kind of like the same thing. It's like okay, if you're getting burnt out with it, you know what? Because the creative mind. I can understand in my brain where you would get sick of playing the same thing that you've been doing for like 10 years or 12 years or 15 years or, you know, whatever, like put whatever date on it. So at that point, it's like, okay, then manage that. Don't change the entity. Because I tell you what, if you take a Killswitch album and you did like a Corey motherfucking Taylor style reboot of Killswitch Engage, you're gonna get rebellion in the street.
Unfortunately, it's true.
Probably started by me.
and following, I mean, like we brought it up, they have the side projects, and other bands have done it too. Look at Like My Valentine. Matt Tuck did Axewood to get that anger out of him, and then Alex of Atreyu did that I More. Just to get that anger stuff, like just to get that kind of out. So I mean, there's always an outlet, especially when you're someone like Jesse Leach, who's not going to play music with you. Right. You can't tell me he's going to have trouble finding people. I mean, you know.
My thing is, just do it. Like, just start getting stuff out there, but you don't need to. You don't need to change the variables of the formula that are like the foundation.
Now, the only thing that I would say, like that I would actually like defend, like the thought, like let's say like Killswitch Engage, it's like okay, we will actually want to put out like another single, like kind of thing. They just keep like it's the same like repetitive like whitewash stuff. It's like listen, we've already kind of done that, like kind of a thing. That's fine, but at that point, just don't put it out. That's fine. It's like listen, I don't like it. I don't want to do it. We're not going to put it out. But we don't. I don't. They changed the formula thing. That's scary.
Yeah. You're right. No.
Very scary.
Well, it doesn't look like it's being pushed that way because the other guys are kind of like,
That's why you gotta be careful what you tell people too, man. Like, it's one thing if you just like release it without, like, I feel like if you release it without giving people months of panic, you know, and high expectation, then it's just like, okay, like it is what it is.
And there's one thing
Move
to
on.
go to make it almost that change a part of your identity. I mean, look at Avatar. Like, they have, every album's different. Like, they always do something different, but that's what they do. When you have a band like Killswitch who's been around for, what, fucking 30 plus years, you know what I mean, or whatever, and you have all this that's been the same and working, and then it's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. My brain hurts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so on this article, this is actually kind of funny. I went down to the comment section.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You never read the comments on the internet. Number one rule.
So Josh, whatchamacallit,
Good name, Josh.
says, dude, go pound sand. You're the musical epitome of not doing the same thing. You fronted Korn and Nothing Stays Gold in the 90s. Then you started Killswitch Engage, got kicked out, started Seamless, which was entirely different. Then you created the Empire Shall Fall to move back toward the Killswitch Engage groove, but a little different. You got into a solo career DJing during the latter half of the dubstep phase. Then you started Times of Grace with Adam D, and simultaneously got back with Killswitch Engage. You then, all capitals, started The Weapon, which is a punk outfit in between the last two Killswitch Engage albums, and also did the New Times of Grace effort, which was a departure of what Killswitch Engage did. Just stop. You constantly do different. Only exception is naming half of Killswitch Engage catalog as a self-titled effort. Maybe try a different title.
Damn. I did not realize
That's
any of
awesome.
that about that.
That guy just like literally summarized everything that we've semi-talked about.
I mean,
Thanks, Josh. Whatchamacallit.
Apparently Jesse Leach is just like what's the word I'm looking for?
entrepreneur.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Egg salad thrower. I don't know.
Jesse Leach was in Korn.
I was reading the
Maybe-
second.
maybe he
I was actually reading the second comment here. It's not as good, so I'm not going to give this guy any credit. The first comment, I love the first comment though. Josh, whatchamacallit, you fucking nailed it. Good job, bud.
Good job, sir.
Jesse Leach was in Korn.
Bradley.
Evidently, he filled in at one point.
Ah.
Huh?
He made a comment that Jesse Leach was in Korn. That's what you said.
Did I read that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing he said.
What did he say?
That's exactly what he said.
That.
Corin.
Oh,
C-O-R.
Corin.
Oh.
C-O-R-R-I-N.
I heard
Corin.
corn, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I was like Korn.
Sorry. You just went nuts.
That's
my
how I
daughter's
feel,
good. See, she's pissed.
I was like,
Great.
wait, Jonathan Davis would step down.
Corin. I'm sorry. Corin. Corin. Not corn.
I think
Corin.
you just said it fast, so it sounded like corn.
Now
I
everyone
understand.
that I meet that's named Corinne, I'm just gonna call Korn.
Corn.
Hey, Korn.
Can.
Hey, Korn.
Can.
B.
I'm gonna post it later.
Don't do it.
Okay, but don't tell Mark.
I won't
Okay.
tell Mark.
Kind of weird. What are we not
Is it
what are we
Mark?
not talking
Okay, Mark. Okay, Mark. Okay.
All right, so this isn't like breaking news by any means, but this came out like a few weeks ago, and it's 12 wild things science has discovered about metalheads.
Ooh.
And I thought it was worth mentioning because I like it when science proves cool stuff about metalheads. So I'm not gonna go too far into like a lot of like I just want to read some of these headlines and then we'll just go with it as far as I'm concerned. So 12 things science has proved about metalheads. Fans, mental health. Wait, hold on. Am I in the right section?
I don't know. Are you?
Sorry. Good old dead air and.
When I was a young warthog.
Okay, here we go. Metal fans. Nope. That's not where I want to start at all. I am so sorry. I
There
suck
are
at
big
this.
metal fans somewhere.
This is why I don't
in
do
fact.
headlines
There's
anymore.
a
Because
small plastic fan behind you.
Dude, my first job, I had to move these big metal, dusty 80s industrial fans all around a
That sounds horrible.
fuck.
so I'm gonna
OnlyFans?
restart this segment here. 12 things science has learned about metalheads through music studies. What conclusions research has drawn about heavy metal fans? Many actually, and some of them might even shock or surprise the casual listener.
Probably
The
not.
more we understand about how we enjoy music, the more we learn how different genres can affect us. So the first one, fans, mental health benefits from listening to metal. In 2019, metalhead professor Nick made the case that heavy metal helps enthusiasts' mental health.
Sure does.
Now, I think we've already had like a conversation
had a
about this in a
conversation
previous episode. Like metal is good for your health, so we're gonna just glaze right over that one.
You know why? Because you can't spell mental without metal, baby.
All right, number 2, heavy metal listeners could have lower blood pressure.
I doubt that very much.
Lower blood pressure?
So
God,
lower blood
God,
pressure.
Probably because all the exercise in the mosh
God,
pits.
Dan has very high-
Veraclinic, a cosmetic
pressure.
surgery practice in Turkey, ran a
got
study in
medication.
2021 that gave stress tests to a group of participants as they listened to various types of music. It concluded that heavy metal was one of the best genres for lowering one's blood pressure and heart rate, second only to 1980s pop in terms of its effectiveness.
I mean, like
Effectiveness.
Effectiveness.
right now, I can feel my blood and the pressure's up.
All right. Number 3, metal fans are more likely to have a sexual encounter in a car. I know I,
can
have.
see that.
Yes, yeah.
Wait,
Depends on
can
your
it be
car.
on a car?
What if it's inside the car?
I mean, I have both, but
Yeah, that's it. That's what they're saying.
No, like in the
it.
engine.
the on the car was more metal.
What if it's with the car? That's
I
pretty
mean,
metal, right?
I'm assuming that's all encompassing.
So I'm gonna go.
So the next one is rock and metal listeners are among the happiest of music fans.
That's probably yeah.
I actually believe
Yeah.
this.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe this because you know what? Like a lot of other music fan listeners are complete bitches, and we've talked extensively on this topic as well.
yeah,
Like
music
you go to
listeners
like
are
you
bitches.
you go to like a country show, like they don't accept you unless you're among them. We're all encompassing. We're like, oh, that's fine. Should I read the paragraph?
That's actually true, dude. You see all kinds of bands with all kinds of people.
Mhm.
Like, I think about that cool dude we saw at that Static X show. Dude was in the wheelchair, fucking jamming
Oh
out.
yeah.
That was dope as fuck. You don't see that in other fucking bands, dude.
So I'll actually read the paragraph on this one. Online marketplace onbuy.com backed a 2021 experiment that analyzed internet users' language from their comments on the site, cross-referencing their music tastes against the positive or negative words that they used most. The results surmised that metal listeners were among the happiest of all music fans, second behind jazz lovers. Rock and grunge listeners also showed high marks for positivity.
Do you know why?
Jazz? Probably because they're just confused the whole time.
First of all, fuck jazz. I hate jazz. Anything jazz related, I fucking
Don't
can't
let
stand
Joey
it.
hear you.
Oh, I know. I hate it. And he knows. And we're almost not brothers over it. But it's probably because metal and rock heads get all their anger and negative, nasty words out in music and express themselves that way
That's
in a
true.
good outlet where all these pop fucking listeners have to listen to happy songs because their life sucks. Bam. Nailed it.
It's weird to me you don't like jazz.
Boom, roasted.
Well, I prefer checkers.
You see, I don't like blues
Oh,
or
jazz.
folk. I don't like blues or folk music, but jazz, I can get behind some jazz.
I
Especially jazz drummers are phenomenal.
I'm absurd and they scare me.
I just don't.
Jazz music in general scares me.
Okay, but anyway. Next one. Listening to black or death metal is good for focus and productivity. I back this 100%.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if I was actually like writing a paper, like I would put like some insane shit in the background.
Especially if you can't like sing the lyrics.
If you
then
can't
get,
hear
you
it,
get
yeah.
confused.
It's just background
Like
noise.
you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of our friends in Plea of Insanity. Cuz
Joe,
Joe and
Peter. Yeah.
Peter Williams is probably one of the most intelligent people that I've ever spoken to, especially musically.
Mhm.
And like this is their jam. And I'm like, I'm telling you, there's something to that. Like that actually like lives.
That's fair.
The next one is death metal makes fans happy.
Okay. It's kind
That's
of
fine.
crossing-
I'm not even
crossing,
gonna like whatever.
sexy paths here.
Okay, this is a weird one. You can actually judge metalheads by their music taste. A 2021 study about how music preference drives a listener's cognitive styles proposed that someone's favorite type of music relates to whether they're more empathetic or logical in everyday life. Lending credence to the idea that one could accurately judge another by their music taste, the results determined that adherents of mellow music were more outwardly compassionate. Loud music lovers were labeled more systemizing. Did that for what it was worth. The next line is, you can get a PhD by studying heavy metal.
Okay.
Apparently, if you're in Australia.
I was gonna say, I don't
We'll
think
go
that's
into
like a
that.
here thing.
Metal fans' music choices can affect their driving safety.
That is very true.
A 2019 driving study conducted by Auto Express magazine and the road safety charity IAM Road Smart played into metalhead cliches when the results suggested a listen to heavy metal could push motorists to extremes while classic music went the other direction. I disagree with that last fact, but metalheads can often be the most loyal.
That's fair.
I agree with that one.
They're very stick to their guns.
Unless you change the formula, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
Listening to metal can decrease anger. We've talked about this on the
Yeah,
show.
same idea.
Gotta get it out, man.
Listening to just over an hour of music each day has health benefits.
I drive to work about an hour, so yeah, I'm in that boat.
Yeah.
And apparently that was a 12 because I'm on a
I
different...
burn a lot of calories tapping on my dashboard and steering wheel.
It's true. Okay.
You know, the health benefits are like part of it. Like even like when I lived alone, like you always have like something going in the background.
Yeah.
Like for some people it's like TV. Like for me it was always like music. Like my radio. Like the first thing I would click on like when I walked in the house was like the radio.
Like whenever I clean or cook or something, I always have music rolling.
Right, you do yard
cook?
work. You have like something playing. I put
Hear
earbuds in when I mow my lawn. Like I do this when I'm grilling. Like it's like
Yeah.
there's always music playing. Like
It has to be. I hate dead silence. I
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
I have to have some kind of.
No, there's a few times where I love dead silence.
Yeah.
there's you know what? I have to be
Music.
in a certain place of the world for dead silence. Like if I'm at the ocean, I can go without music
If I need to be in
because
my
I can
thoughts,
the
I can
lake.
actually listen to
Like the lake or something. Okay, yeah. Like if you're fishing or something. Obviously.
not the lake though.
Huh?
The lake is dead. Like that's dead air.
I'm dead.
The ocean has like a life to it. Like
Okay.
I'm a beach guy though. Like I love the beach.
I fucking
Like
hate the beach.
I'm not a beach person.
Fucking hate Quebec.
well, I'm speaking on an island here, but like that's probably like the one place where like I'd be like okay with like having like dead silence. It's like I'd be annoyed if like somebody was like it's like why are you making noise right now? Like fuck off, you and your children and your country music.
Dude, there's some times where I'm driving home and I need to be alone with my thoughts.
That happens.
And I don't even realize it sometimes. I get really into thought and I like hit the power button.
That's why I have sports radio. I just get angry at them
And then I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. I tried listening to sports radio and then I called into them and they left me on hold for an hour listening to Motley Crue tunes on a sports show. Whatever.
Anthony, bro, anything else you want to talk about?
I got one more.
Do it.
Sports Hub sucks. Pat McAfee's better. I said it.
So, ending on a positive. If you are aware of the band Hailstorm with Lizzie Hale, right?
Hailstorm?
Hail.
Ale?
Hail.
Pirates? Pirate?
No, Hail.
Heard of them.
Hail. Lizzie Hale joins Gibson, the guitar manufacturer, as the first female brand ambassador.
Hey-o.
So that's pretty cool.
Props to Lizzie.
And she said, quote, "I am beyond honored to be named a Gibson ambassador. Ever since I was 16 years old, it was my dream to someday be a part of the Gibson circle. It's an incredible feeling to know that this dream has become a reality. Something magical ignites within me when I hold a Gibson guitar in my hands, the same guitar that my forefathers and foremothers of rock slung over their shoulders. With Gibson, I am the rock star I'm meant to be. It's a privilege to represent my genre, my gender, and the incredible power of music that unites us all, with my beautiful Gibson family." which is cool.
She got like
Completely awesome.
She got like so many royalties for that post. She mentioned Gibson so many times. What I love about Gibson guitars is that when you buy a Gibson guitar, not only are you getting a Gibson guitar, you're also getting a Gibson guitar family. And the thing about the Gibson guitar family is that once you're family, you're part of the Gibson guitar family forever.
I feel like you're being a dick.
That's what they do, man. They're ambassadors. I'm saying more power to them.
Well, I mean, it's
Put as many clicks into that motherfucker as you possibly can.
Right.
Let's get some royalties out of these motherfuckers. I'm proud.
no,
of them.
it's awesome. I mean, they're still rocking here and there. Their last album that was released, I believe it was Vicious, which wasn't like my favorite. I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, they're still rolling. They were on Bar Rescue one time too, in their
Ooh.
younger days too. It's interesting.
Hailstorm was?
Yeah, they had like a rock bar, and when they like reopened it, they were like
They brought Hailstorm.
The band was the first band to play there. Yeah.
I saw an episode of Bar Rescue where it was some country rapper, Big Smo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
yeah.
I've actually seen a lot of Bar Rescue. in my
Dude,
day.
through quarantine, that show's on like all fucking day.
When I first
Like
when
all day.
Oh,
Every day.
Sunday, 8 a.m. to tomorrow.
Yeah. It was all week, dude. All week, every time we get up in the morning about 9 o'clock, from like 9 to like 3:30 in the afternoon, it's fucking Bar Rescue.
You know what the worst show ever to watch, like when you have a hangover, is like Bar Rescue, because
You
like
know
all
what the
these people are
worst-
doing is like pounding drinks, and you're just like,
You know what the worst show to
and then
watch?
John Taffer's loud voice.
when you work in a kitchen, is that show, because it's like your like brain's like no, God no, God no.
Oh, when you see the stuff they're cooking.
Oh no. It's bad. It's bad. But yeah, good news to end it up.
very good news. All right, we got a little bit of a main event for you. We're gonna do this.
Heavy metal over a six-pack. Smashed Banana album review.
All right, so a pile of weeks ago, like we actually changed up our Smash Banana album ratings by actually having hosts assign other hosts Smash Banana album rating reviews, so that we can just pick like albums that like we thought that we wanted to talk about, and we thought it was successful the first time, so we decided to go ahead and do it again. Now this particular episode is going to be like a little bit different. I think Anthony like declared all of our albums
Except my own.
except for his own, but that's
That
fine.
would- that
That's
would be
fine. That's
silly.
fine. That's fine because you know what? They are still host assigned album reviews.
Okay.
So we are going to do Smash Banana album reviews assigned by our fellow peers.
How's that smell?
Is your nose okay?
Itchy.
Okay.
I had an itch. Leave me alone.
Who shall start?
I don't know, Marcus. Who shall start?
I mean, I mean, I can start. I'll
You can
start.
start.
That's fine. I'll start.
I don't even know where I am here.
This is a AA meeting.
Oh, shit. You promised it wouldn't be another intervention, Anthony. You promised.
Why do you keep giving me beer then?
Hi, I'm
prove you have
Dave.
a
I'm an
problem.
alcoholic. Hi, Dave.
Supposed to be anonymous. Everyone knows who I am.
All right, I forget how we do this in the past. Like the person who assigns, do they say?
Yeah, I'll kind of give
Please do.
please do. Wait, no, I have to bring it up because I forgot that's
The unguided.
part of. I know that much. So I brought up the Unguided before because they're an extension of Sonic Syndicate, and they got kind of weird. They popped around a lot of different members and stuff. But when the most recent album, Father Shadow, came out, I think it was kind of like they found their sound. Like they have the new singer, or he was in the last one too. But I think they found the right like balance between, because they do a lot of like the like synth action goes on like a lot, and I think this was like a good balance between that and like the metally rock aspect of it all. And I know you're in that realm of both those things, and I mean this album's pretty kick-ass to begin with. So
It is quite phenomenal. So the album is Father Shadow
Mhm.
by the Unguided that Anthony has challenged me with, and I'll tell you what, I'm always very judgmental about like opening tracks
Sure.
when like somebody puts out, and like this one was like absolutely killer.
yeah, There's
Like
a
when
little
I
intro
when,
at the beginning too. Yeah.
when I heard this opening track, like Childhood's End, which sounded very morbid, by the way. So you have an album called Father's Shadow, and like the opening track was like Childhood's End. Instrumentally, they are absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. They have like a cross between like upgraded Children of Bodom mixed with, you know what? When they go heavy, they go hard. And it's gorgeous. Like, it's beautiful. Like, the production, like everything about it is phenomenal. I have a gripe with this band.
Okay.
I don't love the clean singer.
Is not your favorite. Okay, that's fair.
There's a couple of tunes, like, so in this album, Never Yield, like, that's more of a power metal
Yeah.
song.
His voice has a power metal aspect. I mean,
It does. It does. His
they are
voice
Swedish,
definitely.
so
His
in
voice
their
definitely
defense-
has like. But you know what? They're not, I wouldn't call them. I wouldn't saddle them with like a power metal band. But like Never Yield did nothing for me. War of Oceans was like weird.
That
Like
was,
it
that's
was
a
like
weird one.
it was like okay. Breach was Where Love Comes to Die. I have no use for. That's actually like the first song like when I was listening to that I actually skipped. I'm like, yeah, I'm all set. But at the same time, they came back with this this Crown Prince syndrome.
That's a good one.
Fate's Hand is actually pretty sweet. Fate's Hand, if I'm not mistaken, is actually like when they kind of like swap. Like they do the clean in the verse and they do the heavy in the
it's
chorus.
opposite, yes.
And I'm like, okay, here we go. That's good. Like that's cool. Instrumentally, they're great. I was actually almost thinking that like you actually appreciated this band because like their drummer is phenomenal.
It's very good.
Like he's very creative. He doesn't do anything twice.
Nope.
Like every single song is like a different
It's a
like
bit- yeah,
little.
Exactly. It's not cookie cutter.
I like cookies.
Anthony, I didn't look this up prior to Eric
Uh-huh.
Engstrand. You know who that is? Because they had Gaia
Gaia.
featuring Eric Engstrand. You know what? Let's look him up.
He's the vocalist to Eyes Wide Open.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That song rips. It's great.
It's a good one.
So this was neat because like there's a lot of emotions that get played with, but like you get to like the end of this thing, like and it just starts to. Oh, that's the other song I didn't like care for. Seth. I'm like whatever.
Seth is a
Gaia, Jailbreak,
So,
Denied.
fun fact about the last three, those are Sonic Syndicate songs.
Okay.
Yeah, and they redid them for the album.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like those songs rip.
They're good songs.
They're awesome.
I love Jack of Diamonds.
So, I don't love the clean singer.
It's fair.
I feel like a couple of like the songs, like especially early, like you didn't really need them.
Sure.
The metal vocals though, mwah,
He's
muy bien.
He's been there since the beginning of Sonic
Because
Syndicate.
you know
He's
this is
always
like one of
been
those things like you listen to like the beginning of like Childhood Ends and it's like okay like it's heavy but you have like that like little like
there. Hiccup.
the synth behind it and like the first thing that you're expecting is like you're gonna have like some opera chick like pop out but then all of a sudden it's like this heavy dude. It's like whoa. It's like okay, I didn't know these two went together. But overall, like they are phenomenally talented. Listen, they have a couple of hiccups. I had a skip.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like wherever Love Comes to Die, I gave it like I think 2.5 minutes, and I was like, next. Like I'm done with this song. Like, so hopefully they didn't have like some epic finish to that one because I missed that one. If I was gonna give it an album, like our Smash Banana, if it wasn't for the clean singer, they were easily a 5. But I'm gonna give it a 4 just
Okay.
because of the clean singer,
It's fine.
unfortunately.
That's fine.
But
We're
they're
all honest here.
they're incredibly enjoyable and phenomenally talented. Like the music behind, like the music talent, because when these guys go heavy, they go heavy, and that's what I like. Like they can be soft, but when they go, they go.
Why are you making
I'm soft.
hardcore eye contact? Why you say that? They can go soft.
Because I
when
want
they
you to
go.
be, I want you to be heavy.
They go. Whoa.
I want you to feel it, Dave.
I'm getting tingly. I think I should go.
I guess no.
I want you to feel the metal.
I'm gonna go
How'd you know
next.
about that?
And we are all honest here, so don't forget that. So, I would like to throw out about this band. The band that Marcus, or the album technically, but the band is called Into Eternity. They were founded in '96, so they're definitely more of an older school side of thing. Well, not old school, but you know, fronted by Tim Roth. And funny, they're actually their drummer of that album. Stu Block joined Iced Earth after that in 2011. So, fun fact. The album in tow here would be The Scattering of Ashes. Now, under the wiki for the musical style, and I'm going to go with theirs because they probably put it the best, okay? So, the band employs a wide range of elements across the metal spectrum, including classic or melodic metal styling, thrashing riffs, neoclassical composition, power metal style clean vocals, high to low pitched death growls, and black metal shrieking. Fast tempo death metal drumming with blast beats and sometimes interwoven with acoustic guitar playing. Into Eternity provides a sound that is considered to be rather difficult to describe, but the most common description of Into Eternity's music is progressive death metal. Now, Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy. So, instrumentally, this band is phenomenal. They are extremely talented. And it is transition hell. Like, that description I gave you is exactly what it is, because there is no rhyme or reason. They just fucking go. Like, we're gonna go here, then here, then here, then here. It's like the Light Bright thing with it's like piece here, piece here, piece here, piece here. Here's your fucking picture. So, like, I like the low screams. Like I said, instrumental is phenomenal. I'm not a big fan of that high-pitched scream. I just don't like the 3 inches of blood. It's just not my cup of tea. And the high-pitched, like, you know, like, I guess power metal vocals is fine. That doesn't bother me. But I just, something about it, it didn't click with me. It just didn't, unfortunately. And I'm not saying the band's bad, right, by any means. Like I said, they're talented, but... And I gave it like 3 or 4, even Rachel listened to it with me. I mean, she's obviously a little more biased on her end because it's not like super her music to begin with. But, and unfortunately, I just didn't grab me. Unfortunately, Timeless Winter, I did really enjoy. I think that was probably my favorite out of it. I think that had the best grab, and that one's actually in my list. But this song also reminds me of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Is that weird? They have that like, it's that like 80s.
It's the guitar.
It's that 80s like kind of power metal-y situation.
So don't get me wrong, you're not hurting anybody's feelings.
No, I'm trying to really land this plane without crashing, man. So, but like
I mean, you're burning down my world that I grew up with.
And that's totally fine. I mean,
it's totally fine that I'm
it's
burning
okay.
it down.
I had Inflames Gyroscope still.
I think Pass Beyond Memory was pretty good too. Surrounded by Night I enjoyed as well, but it's just one of those things that just didn't stick with me. And the transitions are like, and the clean vocals, and I don't mean the sound bad, they just seem kind of like meh. Like he's just like there's not a lot of punch in the clean vocals, and it comes up out of nowhere sometimes. But I mean, it's got like a Judas Priest vibe sometimes. Like it's everywhere.
I say the guy can actually hit notes.
Oh yeah,
but
no,
it's
he's,
like
he's
it's weird
fucking
when
up
he
there.
does. So as far as like the transition Nightmare, I don't know if you actually like took the ambition and like looked at other albums, like future albums.
I didn't actually.
I would say future albums, Transition Nightmare gets like way worse.
Does it get way
Like,
worse?
this is
Great.
it's like
Great.
This is actually probably the last album by them that I actually enjoyed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go 3 right in the middle because, like I said, the instrumental, like they're talented, like they're very good at what they do. it just didn't click for me, unfortunately.
Completely fair, buddy.
That's all I got, my man.
I'm glad you tried though.
I tried multiple times. I read through this album a few times because sometimes the album you gotta take a few runs through before you're like, oh, okay, all right, I can get into this. I just couldn't. I tried, man. Mike,
I'm not even mad, bro.
it's fine.
Not even mad.
David,
Oh,
David.
me.
you actually didn't give me a description of why I picked or why you picked, but that's fine.
You jumped right in. I just figured I'd let you go.
I did. I'm a bad llama.
He was
I
excited
apologize.
to rip you down.
Would you like me? So
Yeah, no.
I ultimately actually picked this album because, like, one, it's one that I had like early on in like my music career. Like, although it's like 06, so I mean, like that was like, you know, kind of like in my meat and potato section, but instrumentally, I always thought that like, these guys were very creative.
Absolutely.
The Transition Nightmare thing is like one of those. It's like, you know, if you do Transition Nightmare well, like it's
Like
cool.
Trivium. Like Trivium does it very well.
Like, right. If you do Transition Nightmare well, like, it's cool. And these guys are like far enough off the beaten path where like you get away from like the Trivium like kind of a thing.
Sure. It's
Like-
progressive. I mean, it definitely has that kind of wackadoo style behind it.
And when they describe themselves as progressive metal, I mean, or progressive death metal, I think they call
I think it's
themselves.
there. I mean, it's
Absolutely, it is. My favorite song off this album is "Severe Emotional Distress." Like
Yep.
that's for me. That's my jam.
yeah, absolutely.
And it's like this is like one of those things like a couple of years ago, like Into Eternity, like released something new, and like my buddy Ryan that I grew up with, I'm
That
like,
sounds like his cup of-
yeah, right. This is
Yeah,
this is his cup of tea. I'm
yeah.
like, and like he was like the first person I would like message like at like 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, hey dude, Into Eternity like released something. Do you know about this? And he's like, huh? And then you
Not
know
following the train, huh?
we talk back and forth. And, we figure it out eventually, and like it's like, but instrumentally is like the big thing because that's kind of why I picked it.
Sure.
And
It's there, definitely there.
it is, and you know what? I feel you when it comes to, like the vocals, like because if the vocals actually don't speak to you, like whether it's like the high pitched scream or like even like the cleans, like same thing with the Unguided, like that clean vocalist
Or just-
like did nothing for me.
Yeah, doesn't click.
And it scares me because like then I'm like thinking it's like shit, what do I sound like when I record? Like, but,
Right. No, I get you.
but at the same time, like I completely get it, and like it's definitely an acquired taste. It's probably why they're not mainstream.
Yeah, that's fair.
Otherwise, they would be in flames.
Sure. No, you're not wrong.
Oh shit, I forgot about this song.
Uh,
That was pretty good.
moving
Yeah.
on to David.
Yeah, absolutely.
Technically, I gave you one ahead of time, beforehand, but it's technically, so the one I gave you is the same band, but I gave you the most recent album. I went with Discrepancies because of that new metal vibe that they have. And this album specifically isn't as rocky metal. I think it's more on that kind of rappy side of things. I mean, they get some decent ones, but I pushed more for the lyrics because I know you're a lyric guy, and honestly, the lyrics he writes are similar to kind of stuff you do. Like it's that heartfelt kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Rise.
The Rise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all friends here, and we're gonna be honest.
That's fine. That's fine.
You're a dick.
No, I started getting into it. I listened to. I hate how Spotify makes you shuffle play stuff.
Yeah,
And you
sometimes,
can't
yeah.
hear like the order that you know what I mean. Like
I mean, you
we
can
love the
change
order.
that.
I'll give you my login, bro.
Thanks. I'm a boomer. But I had a really hard time getting into it
Okay.
because it sounded like a lot of electronic Hollywood Undead auto-tune.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the singer, the auto-tune voice all the time was kind of like that's a little much, man. Like it's just like, it's kind of like, I don't know. gets kind of monotonous sometimes.
So the song actually kind of rocks. Like, but
Well, that's the thing is that instrumentally, there's a lot of like anthem songs, you know, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff like "Not Alone" and "Forever" and "Control."
This is the one with Dub Flow.
Instrumentally, they're like, yeah, like, dude, he has a weird flow,
Okay.
and his raps over a couple things, like he almost says too much to where you can't hear the beat anymore.
Sure.
To where it's like you get lost, like, wait, so
shit, this is recent. This came out last
This
year.
came out, yeah. This is their newest one, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. This is my first ever time listening to this band, and I'd
I
obviously
should have
give
gone
them
with their last album. 'cause
I'd
that
give them
would have
another
been,
shot.
That
you
would
know?
have been so much better.
I
But
just,
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go.
that. I feel like that Hollywood Undead thing was a new sound for so little time
Sure, okay.
before it burned out.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, this album was like very electronic, very kind of
It's a lot more
auto
electronic than their other
tuney,
one.
like what? And it's like I get it, but I couldn't get into it. And then all right, so something else we got to talk about. That.
Ooh.
So I was like, all right, like they're decent, like you know. They have really good instrumental stuff, and then they start.
A lot of them are catchy to me. Like, I
Right.
get the catchiness of it.
They start throwing in that new metal, like DJ track stuff. Like, got it, and it sounds good, and it gets you in there, and then it's like, I think it's his voice too.
His voice is a little weird.
I think he has that like. I don't know. I don't know. I like a lot of their music. I feel like this is like a Limp Bizkit kind of conversation again. Like,
That's fine. I mean, it's
like
two inches
musically,
up, man.
like I like their.
Maybe
music.
that's why Maybe that's why I'm like digging it. So you know what? I actually loved Limp Bizkit growing up.
So I was gonna give these guys a 4. And
I
then
think you should.
And then something happened,
I've only listened to like a minute and a half.
and
but
we
I
have
feel
to
like you
talk
should.
about it because I wasn't expecting it.
All right, go ahead. You do you. I'm
And-
I'm gonna pick on you like in my head.
Because I was giving them a chance, right, and going through it, when this particular song came up, I was a little,
To put him up.
no.
Okay.
I was a little, angry.
I like this song, honestly.
They covered Let It Go.
Oh, that's actually on there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was on that album.
So the metal version of
Actually,
Disney
it's n-
Frozen's
it's-
Let It
It's
Go.
not on this album, though.
It was, I clicked that link that you sent me and I hit play. And it showed up.
It's not here.
Okay.
They do
well,
have it, but it's a single from 2018. Maybe,
Like,
maybe
like the
showed up-
Frozen Let It Go.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty good. It's
Oh,
fucking
stop
awesome.
it.
Yeah, it's
Stop
good.
it. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me
God,
find it.
don't do this to me again. You realize I have two. Okay. All right.
Are you kidding me? I love the Disney covers. Discrepancies.
But yeah, so that one, that's a single. That's not on. the album.
It well, it came up in the because I just hit like the shuffle play on their album, you know, and went through.
Maybe
and
when
then-
it finished, it may have continued somewhere
It
else.
might have.
That's probably what happened.
But I remember like hearing this, and I was like, oh, okay, like it's something else, you know, like whatever. And then I heard the
You
lyrics,
kind
and
of
I
like
was
clicked. I was like, wait a minute.
It's like these motherfuckers
Yeah, it was
Tricked
a,
me.
It was a single. 2018. It's
tricked
not
me
even,
into fucking
like,
listening to this song
3 years
again.
ago,
I've
3
heard
years
this
ago.
song 10 million times in the last 6 years.
I mean, it's no betraying the martyrs, but
No, it's not.
oh, stop it! Oh my God!
If you have to sing this song with autotune on your voice, bro, come on, man. Come on.
Auto-tune. Come, stop it! That's not auto tune.
That you did not hear that line, that
Don't
note,
look at me.
that.
Don't look at me, man. I went with the album I gave you, which does not have this song on it. So
Well, then I'll stick at 4. But if this was on that album,
that's fair.
3.5, whole half a point, bro. I can't do it.
All right, let's finish this. All right, so 4 is where you're going with. But I would definitely jump into their last album. It's a lot
All right.
more that like rock. This one was a lot more
Yeah.
like,
I'm not a huge
dubstep-y.
fan of that electronic dubstep sound, man. Like,
The one before was a lot more.
Like the thing I love about new metal is that it's rap and metal. Rock metal. Metal rock. Glam rock. What? Shamrock. 4-leaf clover.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. We're
This
still
bot-
listening to it.
This is I turned it off, Dave.
To be fair,
There's
no amount of cover of that song that will ever take away the track marks in my brain
Yeah,
of hearing it the original way a million times.
Yeah, when you have
So it's like as soon as
Yeah,
it
but you
comes
know what?
on,
I'm
it's
one of
like-
those weirdos that actually like I.
because you don't have kids. Well, you do. I'm sorry, but I mean like little kids that came up listening to that, listen to it every
See,
single day.
I lucked out. Frozen was before I met,
Oh.
so like I missed the Frozen era.
It's crazy how far apart those two movies came out.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
second one's
not,
way
I'm
better.
gonna not rant today about my. Because I always say like my secret like my secret binky is kind of like the Dominican pop music.
Yeah.
Like I'm down with the Dominican pop music. I think we talked about that last week. My third secret binky is like
Fergie.
Disney anthems. So like Moana.
Oh, Moana.
I actually like.
I like Moana.
Like
You're
I can
welcome.
sing I can actually probably sing like all, but even like going like back to like I don't think it's actually Disney, but like Five Goes West,
Okay, yeah,
Dream the Dream.
yeah.
That's a jam, dude. Dream.
I have
to
a Disney
dream
playlist that I play at work.
in the dark of the night.
I'm gonna be 10,000% honest with you. Okay. I went and saw Moana in theaters by myself.
I like Moana. I thought it was very good.
And that song is great.
The excuse
How
was
far will I go? How far will you go?
I wasn't
I'll
working.
go. Like I'm telling you. Like so. Like the Disney thing. So the fact that anybody does anything like Frozen, like become like Betraying the Martyrs,
That's a very heavy version of this.
is a very heavy version. And you know what? I actually only like the first minute of it.
That was weird. Did your computer just die?
Nope.
Scared the
We're still going.
heck out of me.
I've heard that noise before, and it's usually
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Nope. We're still
Right.
alive.
All
So
right, gentlemen.
like. Oh yeah. Go ahead. I'm done.
What?
Dave.
Take us home, buddy. Before this train becomes an airplane.
Well, kids, that's it for us here at Heavy Metal Over Six Pack Airlines.
I just, it got me. I was like,
Wait a minute.
wait a
Maybe
minute.
one day.
We're not a plane.
The only place where you can find local, national, and international rock, metal, beer, and Disney reviews.
Fuck you.
That's it for us, kids.
God, you're such
We
a
will
dick.
continue arguing into the night long after these microphones are off. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you again next week. Hit us up on our socials. Let us know what you think. Tell us who is wrong. Tell us among the three of us
I'm
which one of
wrong.
us is wrong.
I
I hope
love
it's
usually-
me so
I'm
I can
usually
talk
wrong.
trash back.
I actually challenge all of you to listen to discrepancies and tell Dave to fuck off.
Remember,
Yeah.
it's a trash can, not a trash can't.
Ah,
Don't ever forget
see?
that.
Ooh, like we did there. Peace.
See ya.
Chicken grease.
That is the end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Heavy Metal Over a Six Pack podcast. Marcus, Dave, and Anthony signing off. Check out the podcast at hmoa6pack.podomatic.net. Email hmoa6pack@gmail.com. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.